think we are ready to go. I wrote everything down and I still forget. I forgot to acknowledge our seniors in the concert choir. So this time I'd like to recognize our three seniors, Katie Desmond, Tabitha Demacia, and Abby Maynard. It's always a big night for them as they make it the last couple weeks here, and we've always appreciated all the contributions they make to our program, and we wish them the best in all they do moving forward. Also like to thank Abington Cam for being here and taking tonight. They've been awesome about broadcasting all our concerts in the last couple of years, so we appreciate their presence. And we'd also like to thank our music parents who do so much on behalf of the students and for the program. We couldn't do what we do without them. And so if you bought a raffle ticket in supporting the parents, now is your chance to get them out, because we're going to do a quick draw here. You want to pick the winner? All right. Hope you grab the right one. What do we got? The winner is 752-198. 752-198. We got a winner back there. I'll bring the prize to you. Our next selection, actually, this was an idea that this was all student-driven. Three of our guitar players in the band decided that they wanted to play something, so they worked out their own arrangement of the George Harrison tune while my guitar gently weeps. So I'm going to turn it over to Kyle, and Molly, and Josh. Right, so we are ready to go. Before I turn it over to Ms. Harrington and the band, I just wanted to really quickly acknowledge, we hosted 712 auditions here at February 1st, our first year, and it was very well received. We had lots of great help, so if you helped out with that. But we also had 5 students here at our high school make the senior and junior festival. So I'd just like to acknowledge them at this time. Making the senior festival was Alex Gottro, Brian Tolan, Julia Doe, and Catherine Janest. And for our junior festival, Jared Hermanson and Josh Whitten represented us again. And without further ado, Ms. Harrington and the concert band.
introduce all the seniors. And I guess I'm a senior too. I'd like to say I'll miss them. I probably will miss them. I'll probably miss everyone. So the seniors who will be graduating, and I hope they'll be playing music all of their lives. That's what I hope for everyone. So Bryson Andrews. Julia Doe. Abby Edwards. Chris Kerr. Jocelyn Levis Chevalier. Kyle Nealon. Chris G. And Will Strickland. And I have to say, Jocelyn, I've never actually said out loud her last name, and she practiced me on it, and I froze. I'm so sorry. But I've been so fortunate to work with these talented people for lots of years. I would like to, we had an unfortunate happening. One of our trumpet players had a death in the family, and so Mr. Leonelli is sitting in for us today, playing along with us. So thank you so much. I just want to mention I'm so lucky to have worked in Abington for 35 years. So this one's just for fun, and you can feel free to sing or clap. You know about it.
if you'll indulge me for a moment here, I really struggled with what we should do to honor and recognize Joyce Harrington tonight. I didn't think it was very wise to spring her a surprise on her, as she's not one for surprises. So no surprises, Joyce. She's not one who likes the spotlight necessarily. So as deserving as she is, I didn't want to overwhelm her with a million accolades that she's certainly deserving of. We were going to play a song for you, but you never took any of your sick days at the end of the year, so we never had a chance to practice when you weren't here. So. We did. We were going to play When I'm 64, but we just never had a chance to. And the funny thing was, the kids are like, "Is she really 64?" And I said, "No." I told them. I didn't tell them how old you were, but you weren't 64. But that alone, I think, speaks to Joyce's commitment and her work ethic, that she didn't take her sick days, and she could have, but she's been here and she's been, rehearsing all the students for their final performances for the year. So I'm going to keep it simple and from the heart. First, I need to recognize 35 years of dedicated service to the music department and to the students of the Abington Public Schools. 35 years. So having taught band in grades 4 through 12 for most of those 35 years, think about the thousands of students, I think, that have sat in front of Joyce conducting and the music that they've created over these years, many of whom are still playing today or have gone on to teach music. And her wish for all of you is to continue your lifelong love of music. And that's all she's ever really wanted. She says that a lot, and she sincerely believes that. Do we have any former students in the audience? There you go. Joyce and I have worked together 31 of those 35 years, and I consider her not only a colleague, but a good friend, dear friend. And in that time, we've had our lean years and our prosperous years. We've had our ups and our downs and our highs and our lows. But through it all, the one thing that has remained consistent is that Joyce Harrington's commitment to the high standard for performance of music in Abington. Joyce practices what she preaches. She's here by 6 or 6:15 every morning, and every day when I get here, I can hear her practicing. So I know the students are never here that early to hear what she's doing, but every morning, without fail, she's in there practicing. She probably gets a good 45 minutes of practicing before her workday starts even. And I think that says a lot about Joyce as well. When she's not traveling, she's probably booked every weekend playing shows in local community theaters or with the American Band in Providence, or many of the other ensembles and teaching things that she does outside of Abington. She's also a past recipient of the Teacher of the Year Award and is a co-director and founder of our Abington Community Band, who also, I think, are celebrating a milestone performance this summer. Something like that? Over 20 years anyway, so that says something too. But I think really the students can say it best. Abby Joyce wrote this wonderful article about Joyce that was featured in the Greenwave Gazette. So if you go to the, yes, Abby, wave, Abby. If you go to greenwavegazette.org, you'll see the article. And I asked Abby if I could read a quote that she did, and she said, "Mrs. Harrington's love for music translates into her teaching. She always helps students reach their full potential and offers assistance to anyone who needs it. From fixing instruments to helping a player with a note, she has been there every step of the way. She has always encouraged students to put forth the utmost effort into every song and to make beautiful music every day. Clearly, she has a passion for music and teaching." Catherine Janest, another student in the band, was quoted in Abby's article as well, and I want to read something that she said as well. She said, "Mrs. Harrington always challenges us." She added, "We always thought she was crazy when we'd look at new music, but she helped us learn and understand it and make something cool out of it, and we always came out as better musicians. She pays attention to every detail and never lets us give up on something or lets it not be the greatest it can be." So I don't think there's any higher praise than that from Abby and Catherine. So I welcome you all to join us in the lobby. The music parents are thoughtful to present some cake and some refreshments for all of us, and I hope you'll stay and chat with Joyce and wish her well. Joyce Harrington, congratulations. you want to say? We'll see you in the lobby. Thank you, everybody.